Hey, yo, what is good, y'all? Welcome to Yo a Nerd Podcast, Episode 2. I am Malcolm McFadden, creator of 615 Comics, and on this podcast, I talk about different things within the nerd universe that I'm interested in, different news and things that are happening, things that are coming up. And if you're new to this channel, please like and subscribe and comment. Chop it up in the comments, yo. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me what you think. If you agree or disagree, I'm with all the smoke. So definitely hit up the comments, y'all. But definitely like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, all right? So I just like to get straight to the point to it. Let's just get into my very first topic. So that's one of the topics I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing on, I saw it a little bit on TikTok. I saw a little bit on Twitter. So I kind of want to talk about it. And it talks about a very famous black character. So let's talk about Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, aka Captain America, aka Captain Falcon. All right. So let's talk about Sam Wilson real quick. I've been really seeing online people talking about if he should have the serum, if he shouldn't have the serum, you feel me? I've been seeing a lot of people on different sides of that, you feel me? So I wanted to talk to that because I think there's some points on both sides of the coin, all right? So first of all, let's just get it up out the way. We know there's people, downgrading this character because he's black and saying that he needs the serum because they don't believe that a normal man could fight alongside these gods and everything. And you know what? I agree with them because you know what? There is no character in comics that doesn't have powers that just fights along gods and has these crazy amazing feats that you would never think a human has. There is no character in comics like that. Not at all. Not one with no powers at all. You feel me? I couldn't even think of one like that. But yeah, so people are trying to downgrade him, saying they can't believe that he is next to gods and stuff like that, and saying that he needs the serum to be next to them. And to a certain extent, I actually really do agree with that, but let's talk about it. Sam Wilson is a dope character, and it's great to see him as Captain America, and I think him not having the serum as just like a normal man really counts and really matters with him being Captain America, because he is supposed to represent us. You feel me? He's supposed to represent all of us as Americans and all that. So I think him not having the serum more so has him represent us, but I want that man with some strength. I want to get that man some powers, bro. I would love for him just to get the serum and be extra strong, because bro, look at what he does with the suit and just being a normal human. Look what he does now. If you give that man the serum, man, I think he could be better than Captain America. You feel me? So he done trained up to be this nice, and then to get the serum after being this nice? What? That's like Kobe on steroids, bro. That would be tough. But one thing I wanted to throw into this conversation that I don't think anybody was really talking about is that there was a point in time where Falcon was an actual mutant. He was actual mutant. The red wing that you see, the little drone that he has in MCU, that was an actual bird in the comics that he could telepathically talk to and see through its eyes, which was so dope. And I'm kind of mad they didn't do that in MCU, but I can see why they didn't. But at one point he was a mutant, all right? He was one of those until they recoined it in Red Skull or something like that. He messed with his brain, and that's how he could see through the Hulk's eyes and everything. But at one point he kind of was a metahuman. And I think maybe tap into a little metahuman gene type of deal, you feel me? And maybe give him not crazy Captain America serum strength, but maybe just a little bit above human or something like that. For me, I think it's dope that he represents us as people, and he doesn't have the serum, and that he does these amazing feats, but I think he could do a lot more amazing feats with the serum. You feel me? I'm kind of on both sides of the coin. But I also do like that we're talking about Sam Wilson in a kind of a deeper way than just him being a sidekick. You feel me? I like that we're having these conversations about Sam Wilson. But for me, I just think, man, give my man some powers. Give my man a little boost. Give my man a little serum, and then let that man go ham. I think, man, if you do that, do a run. Let's do a little Elseworld story, a different universe where they actually do give him the serum, and he becomes Captain America, and then he just goes ham. That would be a fire storyline. I would love to read that. But yeah, I really like that we're To wrap this up, I really like that we're talking about Sam Wilson in kind of a deeper way, even though it kind of has some negative tones to it, but people are talking about it. I still like that we're having these conversations about Sam Wilson because he's a dope black character. Since we're talking about black characters, we can kind of segue into another topic that I really want to talk about that I'm kind of mad that we're still talking about. It's kind of a really dumb topic, and it's about black characters and kind of putting black characters in a box, so to speak. L7, like they used to say. So, like, I seen this conversation basically where the person put out like, hey, can you name a black character that doesn't have black in its name and doesn't have electrical based abilities? Do you not know how easy that actually is? Like, people really think that all black characters have black in their name or have electrical powers when really a low percentage of them have it, bro. And I hate that conversation because we don't talk about that with characters that have super strength that shoot lasers from their eyes. You feel me? There's mad characters like that, but we don't ever just be like, oh, all these characters have this, blah, 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 when there's mad characters like that. When it comes to black characters, we just continue to try to put them in a box or say that they're this way, when really it's just people's ignorance and why they say that, because they don't really know about black characters or search black characters. Because it's actually really easy to name black characters that don't have black in their name and electrical powers. For a time, I wasn't going to do this, but let's just do it. There's like literally 3 Green Lanterns that are black that none of them have electrical based powers and none of them have black in their name. There's Bishop for X-Men, Cyborg. I'm going to say Storm because we need to say that she does not have electrical based abilities. She has weather based abilities, and then lightning is part of the weather. So it's really, she has weather based abilities, so I'm really adding her in there. I don't care what nobody say. Alright, let's continue. Alright, got off track. Luke Cage, Night Thrasher, Shadowhawk, my god, Blade. That's it. Like, when you feel like it's easy. Falcon, we were just talking about him. Falcon, that's easy. Well, there was this character in Batman. His name was like Odyssey or something like that. I can't remember what his name was, but he was black, didn't have black in his name. That's him. Aqualad, he's black and doesn't have black in his name or electrical based powers. I think he can shock people, but he doesn't really have electrical based powers. Icon, Hardware, bro, like it's real easy to name this. Like, I really could go on, but it's real easy to name black characters that don't have black in their name and don't have electrical based abilities. And we really need to stop putting them in the box. I really hate that because it just shows that you don't really know about black characters and you're not really spreading information about black characters for other people to know about black characters, if you get what I'm saying. It's like you basically saying, oh, all black characters, that's when it's only like a few of them, like Black Lightning and Static, and a few people, you feel me? But people like to put our characters into like these boxes and not really give them their shine. Oh, Duke Thomas, I'm so mad I forgot him. But people put our characters in these boxes and not like to give us our shine, and I'm not really cool with that. And there's so many dope black characters out there that, you know, should get more shine that we kind of put to the side because we want to put all of our characters in a box. But that's my opinion. I saw that topic. If y'all in the comments, please go in the comments and tell me what y'all think about that, because I hate that. I just hate how they try to put us in a box. And speaking of black characters and kind of segue into representation, I want to talk about a really dope show that shouts to my brother for putting me onto this show. That is on Hulu. It's a real dope show. It's called Fright Krewe. Alright, it's this dope show, and it's about voodoo. It has voodoo as like the centerpiece of this show. And I like it because I was just talking about not that long ago about Sinners, and how I liked how Sinners showed like voodoo and stuff like that is not like creepy. How kind of it always voodoo gets lumped into being creepy and just dark magic, when it's not that. Sometimes it's even about protection and like saving lives and healing. So this show called Fright Krewe, right? It's about this girl, this young black girl who like, she loves horror, alright? And then so she basically breaks like this ancient spell that was keeping this dark like demon captive, and she breaks this spell, right? And then it lets loose this demon, and to help her stop the demon, her and her friends get like these voodoo spirits, give them powers to basically help them to like fight against this demon. So it's basically like a voodoo Power Rangers for real. It's really dope, but it's really dope. It's on Hulu, bro. It's mad representation all the way through this. Like I said, they show voodoo in a better light and then just creepy. So I think this is a really dope show that I don't see anybody talking about, that I didn't even know about until my brother put me onto it. So it's a really dope show. It's kind of like a kid show, kind of teen kid show, you feel me? But it's really dope. It's called Fright Krewe, and it's on Hulu. And Hulu is cooking right now. Hulu is cooking right now. Let's talk about the new Predator that is out, bro. The new Predator, Killer of Killers, bro. What? This joint is fire, bro. They've been cooking with Predator lately. Like, he's been in all types of media. He's going up against the Avengers right now. They got him against Spider-Man, Black Panther. Now he's going up against the whole Avengers, bro. Like, they're doing great things with like the Predator franchise. And in Predator Killer of Killers, it's like this anthology on Hulu. It's different stories, and it's animated. It's different stories about Predator going up against different people who kind of best the Predator, and it kind of is all looped together. At some point, it all loops together, these different stories. And it even has like a little spoiler or like a little Easter egg to old stories, to old Predator content that was actually dope. I'm not gonna say nothing because I want y'all to watch it, but it is so dope. But my only complaint about this Predator franchise, bro, why they always fighting humans? Why they always fighting humans, bro? They're literally at the start of the Killer of Killers Predator. They're like, they roam the galaxy. They go out into the stars and look for the best fighters. Why is y'all always fighting humans? We can't be the best fighters in the galaxy. Like, we never see them go up against other aliens on different planets. We only see them go up against aliens from Alien vs Predator, you feel me? But why can't they be on like different planets, like where like the whole planet of people like the Hulk, or like a planet where Thanos is from and they gotta kill people like Thanos, or like an animal, or like a creature. Oh, this is one thing I always thought about. Like a creature that can see through their camouflage. Like, what if they gotta go up against some hard creature that can see through their camouflage? Or like, if you remember Star Wars Clone Wars, there was an episode where they had this big old beast, the animated Star Wars Clone Wars. It was like this big old beast that its skin was like impenetrable. Like, you couldn't kill this joint, and then like Palpatine was trying to capture it. Like, what if they go up against a beast like that? Like, I want to see more of them getting doper trophies than just humans. Like, I feel like we're low-hanging fruit, you feel me? Especially like if you got a whole galaxy that you're searching for the best fighters on different planets, or the best like predators on different planets. Like, I think you should definitely be fighting more aliens than just humans. But the Predator franchise is really cooking right now, and I'm loving what they're doing, but I just think there's need more of them going after different type of aliens. You feel me? That's just all I got on that. But it definitely check out Killer of Killers on Hulu, bro. Like, that joint is tough. Like, it is tough. Like, it's fire. Animation I had to get past at first a little bit, but after that, I was locked in. Hey, yo, but let's get into some current comic news, bro. Let's get into some current comic news, all right? CCN, all right? Let's get into that, all right? So, currently, bro, or some stuff that's coming up in the future, they just announced a new Red Hood series. A new Red Hood series. If you're a Red Hood fan, I think this is the series. This is the series of all series for Red Hood, all right? You feel me? So, just to tell y'all about it, so right now in Batman Hush, basically like Red Hood is really against Batman right now. So it sets off Red Hood to kind of go on and do his own thing. So he goes on to like this new city. He goes on to this new city, right? And then so he's in this new city and he's going up against like this telepath, this telepath, and he's trying to find this telepath murderer. But they're saying that Red Hood is ready to be Red Hood. Like, he's away from Batman. There is no Batman. Like, he is basically out there killing. Like, there's some quotes from the writers. The writer Gretchen, she is a horror writer, and then like, bro, so I'm guessing this joint gonna be blood, gut, spitting ass everywhere. I'm thinking this joint gonna be hardcore, bro. So like, man, this new Red Hood, they're just basically saying they're basically going balls to the wall with Red Hood. Like, this is Red Hood at his peak, and you feel me? And they say he's gonna be killing, that he's not holding no punches. Like, Red Hood is gonna be Red Hood. They kind of changed up his design, which I'm mad. I like the last design with kind of like the hockey mask type of feel. I liked that Red Hood design, but this new one, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's kind of growing on me, and we'll see what it looks like in the pages of the comic. I might change my mind when I see it kind of in action, if you get what I'm saying. So the new Red Hood is just, they got a new Red Hood series that they're saying this is gonna be the Red Hood series. All right, this is gonna be like, you know, like how people love the Killing Joke for Batman, or like, you know, what's Superman story? They like the Death of Superman. Like, this is gonna be the Red Hood story. All right, and I'm excited about that. But also in comic news, bro, Robert Kirkman, if you don't know who he is, you probably do. He is the writer of The Walking Dead and Invincible. All right, this man don't write short stories, bro. Like, all his stories get compendiums. You feel me? Like, he don't write no short stories. All right, so he got this new joint like Skin Breaker coming out. All right, and now this joint actually looks kind of tough. So Robert Kirkman's brand new story, Skin Breaker, tells a story of people on the verge of collapse in their fight for survival as the many threats they face close in for the kill, bro. So it kind of looks like a barbarian type of story. All right, you feel me? So it looks really dope, bro. And from the cover, it looks fire. And you know, Robert Kirkman, his stories are fire. Like, if you read any of his other stories besides like Invincible and The Walking Dead, like, he has one called Firepower that's based like a Shaolin Temple Dragons type of deal. He also has one called Oblivion Sun that's kind of like another apocalyptic world, but it's not zombies. It's kind of like monsters in a parallel dimension. That joint is tough. Woo, we can talk about that later. But Robert Kirkman is coming out with a brand new series, Skin Breaker, and this joint looks dope, and I can't wait for this joint to come out. I believe it comes out in September, so I can't wait for this joint to come out. Robert Kirkman, he has me on whatever he's doing. He also has a comic, Battle Beast, out there we're going to talk about a little bit later. But yeah, Robert Kirkman, anything he does, just know you ready to get a compendium. You're not getting no short stories. It's gonna be volume on volume on volumes. Get ready to spend your money. It's all right, but it's gonna be a good story. It's gonna be worth it. Also in comic news, we can call this one a little sleeper, a little yawn, because this hero may be the dopest, most boring hero ever. So Danny Rand is coming back to comics. The Iron Fist is coming back in a brand new story. All right, Danny Rand is coming back in the brand new story in September called The Undead Iron Fist. Now, Danny Rand had died in the comics, and then there's also became a new Iron Fist, who I was actually liking. The new Iron Fist, his story was actually pretty cool. He was new Asian Iron Fist, which I kind of always thought the Iron Fist should be Asian. You feel me? I think it's kind of why I think Danny Rand is born, because he's, yeah. So yeah, but he's coming back to comics, and I think it's kind of just a sleeper. I don't see, when I saw the news, didn't see nobody really hyping it up or really excited about it. Like, I feel like Iron Fist, the show they did, I think that wasn't good. I think they could have really made people really into Iron Fist fans with that Netflix show, but that joint wasn't good. But he's a dope character, but I think he's just kind of boring. I think they kind of made him way better with the new Iron Fist that they have, but nobody even cared about that. So you may never even see him again in comics. But hey, I liked him. He was pretty dope. You can check him out if you get a chance. But yeah, Iron Fist is back. I don't know if you care, but yeah, Iron Fist is back. I'm letting y'all know that. If you don't know, now you know. And since we're talking about comics, as you know, this past Wednesday was New Comic Book Day, yo. This is one of the best days of the week, and I love this on Hump Day. Get you right over that hump and through the week, you feel me? So this past Comic Book Day, there's a couple things that came out that I want to talk about, that I got. Things I want to tell y'all about and maybe get y'all excited for. First one being was Superman Unlimited #2. Just came out. So if you haven't read Superman #2, in the first Superman Unlimited, basically there was this meteor that was coming to Earth that Superman punched through, and it was basically a meteor of kryptonite. So he basically was sacrificing his life to save Earth, as always what Superman be doing. So he ends up not dying. He thinks he dies, but he ends up getting like this new gold form that, you know, is kind of making him invulnerable to kryptonite. And it's a good time because since this meteorite of kryptonite just came to Earth, everybody got kryptonite. Everybody named Mother got kryptonite. You feel me? Like, you can just get kryptonite to 7-Eleven basically. It's like, no, that's not true. But everybody got kryptonite, and it's kind of making it hard for other supers. But Superman got this new gold form to go up against that. So Superman Unlimited is definitely, it's looking like to be a really dope Superman story. It's definitely doing something, I guess, something different with Superman, make him invulnerable to kryptonite. And I'm kind of want to see where this goes, you feel me, where they're gonna do with Superman. So Superman Unlimited number 2 just came out. Also, we see the return of T'Challa in Avengers number 27. I'm not keeping up with Avengers, but they say that T'Challa comes back in the story and basically is just punishing people. Come back just with the hands off jump. They're saying it's fire. So if you are reading Avengers and are a T'Challa fan, he comes back into the Avengers storyline in Avengers number 27 that just came out and on shelves right now. Also that just came out was Battle Beast number 2. Now, I talked about Robert Kirkman earlier, and he has this new comic that's tied into the Invincible universe. Now, if you watch Invincible on Amazon, it's one of the best animated series out. Everybody know that. So there's a character in there, Battle Beast, who basically is kind of like the Predators. He's roaming the galaxy looking for somebody who can kill him. He just wants somebody to kill him that's good enough to kill him, but he hasn't found anybody yet. So he is on this search, and he has this computer basically helping him, this artificial intelligence basically helping him to find the best fighters in the galaxy. Fire comic does what it needs to do. Like, you gotta read this jump. So Battle Beast number 2 is on shelves right now, just came out on New Comic Book Day. Also, Bloodletter, bro, they adding black characters to the Spawn universe besides Spawn. They've been adding black characters, and they've actually added a black writer, Joseph Illich. I hope I'm saying that right. He just wrote for, I think, the Earth M. I think he was writing something from Earth M with the Milestone Comics. He was just writing something with them, I believe. But he's a really dope. Oh, the Shadow Cabinet. I'm so sorry. He was writing the Shadow Cabinet with DC Comics. He's a really dope writer, and they have him on to the Bloodletter. And the Bloodletter is, I'm gonna read it for y'all, just because this joint is fire. Tasha Thornwall is the Bloodletter, the mystical mercenary of the world's secret underground. A former CIA operative forced to live in the shadows after being outed by Al Simmons 10 years ago. Tasha is now out for revenge when she learns Al Simmons is alive as Spawn. The mission to hunt down and kill Spawn begins in this debut miniseries. Oh, I hope it's not just a miniseries, because they finally added more black characters to the Spawn universe. And to be honest, the Spawn universe kind of is becoming stale. Like, the artwork is always fire, but the story just kind of becomes stale. Like, every now and then I jump into it and it's like, okay, this is fire. When they had Spawn on like his vigilante joint, like, that was pretty dope. But for the most part, it's just, I'm just not with storyline. I need something new for the Spawn universe, and Bloodletter is looking like that's what it's gonna be, bro. Cause I can't wait to see. I've seen the artwork, bro. That joint is that joint looks good. So we definitely gonna get into the Bloodletter. Got a black writer on it who wrote for DC. He's actually, I've seen a couple of his interviews, actually pretty cool. So definitely check out the Bloodletter. I haven't got a chance to read most of these comics, but I'm going to read these, and hopefully I have them read by the next video I do. So Bloodletter, check that joint out. Also in the DC universe, we got a debut of Mouseman. Okay, Mouseman is debuting in Wonder Woman number 22, and this is where Wonder Woman's telling her daughter, yes, Wonder Woman now has a daughter. She's telling her daughter about basically like the story about her teaming up with Mouseman. So this is the debut of Mouseman. So in Wonder Woman #2. So if you're into first appearances, I'm pretty sure, I think this is first appearance, this is debut, so this is something for you there. So Wonder Woman #22, and you know, Wonder Woman has a daughter now. They just you know, they're starting to really make the big three become parents and kind of, you know, move on, you feel me, like grow as characters, you feel me. Kind of wish they would kind of just kill them off, but that's neither here nor there. That's another talk for another day. But those are all the comics I want to talk about from New Comic Book Day, so definitely check those out. And I think the star comic I want to talk about is Bloodletter. That's the main one I think y'all should check. Alright, so I talked about the big two and all, like the big time company comics. So let's really get into indie, because you know that's my bread and butter. So you know I love indie comics and I love promoting indie comics. And one thing I think I've been doing, I've been kind of promoting them backwards. I back the Kickstarter, I get it, you know, and then I promote the comic after I read it. I also think I can add hype to some of these comics while they're on Kickstarter. So I'm gonna be giving y'all some Kickstarter recommendations. So I'm gonna give you my top 3 that I'm backing right now on Kickstarter that I think people should check out. And number numero uno is Western Revenge by Wiseacre Comics. Now, Wiseacre Comics don't disappoint. Alright, Wiseacre Comics don't disappoint. I get something by them, it's always good. It's like, even this is more like a Western, like a gritty type of Western, which is not really my bag, but I'm going to check it out because Wiseacre Comics don't be missing. They don't be missing, alright? And this one, I'm gonna read it to you. Zane Shields witnessed the brutal murder of his family when he was 15. With nowhere to go, he began working the cattle trails where he was regarded as one of the best fighters, marksmen, and trackers to ever work the trail. Now, with the mysterious return of Zane's father, they are on a mission to exact revenge on the men who murdered their family. A mission of revenge, Western vengeance. All right, so this joint is looking good. It's not really, Westerns aren't really my bag, but like I said, Wiseacres don't disappoint. So we're gonna check them out and support them. That's number 1 on the list. And you have until July 4th to back this campaign. So go on Kickstarter. I'll be adding the link in the bio, in the description to this joint, so y'all can back these campaigns. Definitely check this out. You have until July 4th to back this. Number 2, Impound Comics, really big in the indie scene. They're probably one of the biggest comics in the indie scene, if not the biggest. Impound Comics has a video game now, a mobile video game called Antihero, and then so the Kickstarter for that is open right now, and the Kickstarter for that is also going until July 4th. So this man now has a new video game, bro. Like, his comic now has animation, and now he's getting a video game for his characters, bro. That is fire. So like, definitely support this man Impound. Like, he's actually a pretty dope character. I mean, pretty dope creator. So with dope characters. So definitely check out that and support this man getting a video game, because hey, one of our own is doing something big, and I think we should back that. Okay. Number 3, not last but not least on the Kickstarter promotions or recommendations, we have Prime 8. All right, Prime 8, man, this from Concrete Comics. They're also one of those people that what they put out, I'm going to get, because it's going to be dope. They got a whole bunch of comics that are fire. So Prime 8 is pretty gritty, bro. Like, I believe I read the digital zero or number 1 already, and it's basic. If you like a fan, they say it on Kickstarter, if you're a fan of Punisher, like, this is your story. Like, this man is kicking ass and taking names. Like, he ain't playing, you feel me? So like, definitely check this out by Concrete Comics. And this one, you have until June 29th, a little sooner. You have until June 29th to back this campaign and make sure they reach their goal, and make sure that this comic comes to life, because I need people to back these, make sure they happen, so I can get these too, you feel me? I'm a fan. I've already backed these, but these are Kickstarters that I think y'all should check out. Really dope indie comics, so definitely check them out. And since we're talking about Kickstarter, that leads me to my final topic of episode 2. This will round things out, and this is another topic that I've been seeing in the Twitter sphere of things. This is another topic that I've been seeing, and it's the topic of crowdfunding. and since we're on Kickstarter recommendations, this is an easy way to segue into crowdfunding. There's a disconnect between creators and fans, supporters. So right now there's talks about people being like, hey, we're not they're not really how can I say this? They're not trusting crowdfunding and indie campaigns. They're not trusting of that they'll get the product and get the money that they put up, that they'll put up money for these products and not get them back, because some creators have like a history of not fulfilling their campaigns after reaching their goals and getting the money. So I also seen this post. I'm not going to put up the post or say the person's name, but there was this creator who basically put out like, that they having financial problems and all this stuff, and that they couldn't fulfill their campaign. And then in it, they also were saying that they used the money from the campaign, that they were planning to use the money from the campaign to pay bills and stuff like that. And that's kind of where I wasn't cool with it. It's like, us as creators, I think we should, if these people are supporting us, putting their money behind us, their hard-earned money, especially in today's world, they're putting their money behind us. I think we owe it to them to give them their product that they're paying for. And I think I think it's crazy, it's wild to me going into a campaign thinking that you're going to use that money for bills instead of using the money for what it's supposed to be for, is for the campaign and the comic book. And also, all of this kind of sparked a conversation of also that creators should have their books finished before they even go into crowdfunding. And then some creators like, that's not feasible, that's not even smart. And like, I'm seeing all sides of it, just to play, both sides of the coin, heads and tails. As a creator, for one, I've kind of wanted this rule where books are basically done before I crowdfund them. So when they're crowdfunded, they're kind of just paying for the printing. Sometimes I'll even get printing already done before that even happened. I did that with my last campaign. I had books already ready before the campaign was even done, so I can just start shipping them off so people can get it real quick. You feel me? So, but I also have had campaigns where I'm like, okay, this comic, I kind of want to put this out and get this money and even though I'm coming out of pocket to pay for the comic, like, this could finish the comic and then we could ship it out, like, or I can just use the money just for shipping and then the money could go into the next project. But I see both sides. I can see where your comic is not finished and using that money from that campaign to finish that comic and then ship it out to people, and I can see where you can have the comic done and you will want that people have the comic done so you're getting the product. I see all of that, but I think it's just a disconnect where there's a few bad apples that are kind of spoiling the bunch. All right, I feel like there's people that haven't done proper business etiquette when it comes to fulfilling campaigns and stuff like that. But I think there's a lot of people that do. I was shocked when I looked on my joint that showed I've backed over 200 Kickstarters, and most of them fulfilled their product. I get what I asked for, you feel me, or what I paid for. So I just think that there's people, when it comes to like indies and stuff, aren't always as trusting. I get it, but like, it's crazy that you'll pay for a comic that you don't even like from the big two, but won't even try to trust these two because a couple bad apples. Like, not everybody's not fulfilling. And I think also when you look for these indie comic book creators, I think you kind of should vet them. You feel me? Like, okay, are other people getting books from this? Have people said they've read these books? Are they active on social media? I think you should vet them too, so that you're not getting gypped. You feel me? But I think also us as creators also just I think supporters should give a little grace, but creators also should fulfill their campaigns. I think that's number one. If people pay for this, they should get it. All right, they should. If I'm giving $10, $5, $1, I think I should get whatever I pay for. Like, if I pay for that $1 menu fry, I want every bit of that $1 menu fry. I want that little paper cup to be full of fries. You feel me? I want fries falling out the top. But that's what I'm saying. I think that it's a little disconnect between the fans and the supporters and the creators, but I think we shouldn't let a couple bad ruin the bunch. As I just gave you recommendations, like I said, all three of those recommendations I gave you from Kickstarter are from creators that have constantly been fulfilling their orders and fulfilling their rewards and campaigns. So they're people you can trust. I think you should definitely look to them too. So don't let in this message, and to wrap all of this up, don't let the bad batch, the bad few spoil the bunch. All right, don't let that happen, especially with some of the great indie creators we have out here. So that's all I got for y'all for the Yo Nerd Podcast episode 2. I want to thank y'all for watching. Thank everybody who took their time to listen to me talk about comics. Please, like I said, like and subscribe to the channel, and also hit them comments. Let's talk in the comments. I'm with all the smoke. You like something I didn't say, you agree with something I said, let's talk about it in the comments. All right, so hit up those comments, like and subscribe to the channel, and as you know, tell your friends about me. Tell your friends about me. Bring them on over to the channel, y'all. But thank you for watching Yo Nerd Podcast episode 2. Peace.